Hello and welcome back to Mondo Musings. I'm your presenter, Nicardo McLean. Now, even as more and more of the athletes who dominate at boys and girls athletics championships choose to further their development locally post high school, there are still a significant number of budding Jamaican track and field stars who choose to chart the course to achieving their academic and athletic ambitions through the vaunted American Tertiary Education Network. Now, during the last collegiate season, we saw former St. Elizabeth Technical sprint hurdle standout Habiba Harris, as a true freshman at the University of Florida, take the Southeastern Conference SEC, undoubtedly the strongest and deepest for athletics in America, by storm, winning a coveted Outward Conference title while lowering her PB to an NCAA leading 12.62 seconds. And if not for a most untimely injury that forced her to vacate her lane in the final at the NCAA Outdoor Championships, there was every chance that the Santa Cruz native would have accomplished the extremely rare feat of winning a national title in her first season on campus. Here are three incoming Jamaican freshmen to the SEC who could also make some serious noise during their first collegiate campaign. On the surface, Abigail Campbell, the talented 19-year-old one-lapper out of Hydel High, moving to the University of Arkansas, indisputably the top women's 400 meters program over the last couple of years, appears to be a match made in heaven. Clearly possessing the heart to handle the hurt that comes with the 400 at the elite level, Campbell, who first caught the nation's attention as a student at Ferncourt High, should make significant and swift progress with refinement to her characteristically rugged form. The dream, of course, is that she'll be able to follow in the footsteps of the current poster girl for black, green, and gold quarter-mile success as a Lady Razorback, three-time Jamaican titleist Nikisha Price, who recently placed eighth in the event at the World Championships in Tokyo. Stunningly, the ex-Veer technical athlete lopped significantly more than 4 seconds from her pre-Arkansas PB in just 2 seasons in Fayetteville, after arriving via Iowa Western Community College with a personal best outside 53 seconds, famously closing out her time on campus with an incredible 48.89-second collegiate record run to win NCAA Outdoor Championships gold. Even improvement of half this magnitude from Campbell will add yet another world-class long sprints weapon to Jamaica's growing arsenal. Next up is University of Texas bound Carifta Games Under 20 110-meter hurdles champion Shaquane Gordon, who introduced himself to American track and field fans with what was reportedly the third fastest 55-meter hurdles time ever recorded by a high schooler on U.S. soil at the New York International Showcase back in January. Now, interestingly, World Athletics indicates that the 18-year-old Calabar graduate is yet to compete over the 42-inch barriers that will confront him in college. However, as he's quite tall, one doesn't envision him having too much trouble transitioning up from the 39s. And if he does step up seamlessly, the ability is certainly there for him to forge a powerhouse sprint hurdling partnership with school record holder Kendrick Smallwood, who twice sped to 13.13 last season. With 10 300-meter speed in his locker, he possesses all the tools to develop into one of the most consequential male NCAA track and field signees out of Jamaica in recent times, with the obvious capacity to contribute points in his specialty as well as over the 100 meters, while also giving a big boost to a sprint squad that finished at the back of the pack in the 4x1 final at the NCAA Championships last season. Another top talent who'll further her academic and athletic development in the American South when the gun goes off on the 2025-26 collegiate track and field season is Immaculate Conception High to Edwin Allen High School transferee Junie Armstrong, who is all set to suit up for the University of Tennessee. While her existing 11:49 100-meter PB and 23:75 half-lap best are admittedly modest, the apparent economy of effort and aggression that went into producing these performances suggests that there could be a lot more there for Tennessee's coaching staff to coax out. Then, of course, there's the long jump, an event that she's had mothballed quite mysteriously since spanning an impressive 5.85 meters at just 13 years old back in 2019. From a black, green, and gold perspective, this is the obvious low-hanging fruit. Now, historically, Tennessee hasn't been among the most popular SEC destinations for Jamaican student athletes, lagging well behind the likes of Arkansas, LSU, Florida, and Auburn. There is, though, a certain recent Lady Volunteer sprint star who, incidentally, is of part Jamaican parentage that Armstrong can look to emulate. The speedster in question is Jacia Sears, whose rocket-like start propelled her to an incredible 10.77-second clocking at last year's Tom Jones Memorial Invitational. Now, 10.7 is obviously a monumental ask, a more realistic target for Armstrong, matching the half a second improvement that University of Miami transfer Sears managed over 2 seasons in Knoxville. Now, among the other big non-SEC signees that many Jamaicans will be keeping a keen eye on is ex-Kingston College sprint hurdler Daniel Clark, whose fierce but friendly rivalry with Gordon saw them switching between superhero and sidekick with just about every showdown this past season. Now, having set a national junior record of 12.96 seconds, the joint second fastest time in history over the 39-inch barriers in June, the hope is that he'll be able to chew huge chunks out of his existing 13.80 PB over the 42-inch hurdles when he starts competing outdoors for Texas Tech in 2026. Shot putter Despero Ray, Clark's fellow Kingston College alum, is another expected to make significant progress when he transitions from North Street to the northern part of the Sunshine State to attend Florida State University. A dominant force both nationally and regionally, the now 19-year-old proved that he could be competitive against the best Americans in his age group by copping the prized Penn Relays title in the event in late April. It shouldn't take long for him to revise his current 17.20 lifetime best with the 7.26 kilogram shot. Meanwhile, Clemson University, already home to a number of top Jamaican student athletes, welcomes elite Wolmerian high jump talent Daniel Noble, a winner in Class 1 at Boys and Girls Championships, as well as in the under 20 category at the Carifta Games. The 18-year-old, who owns a promising 1.82-meter PB, has the potential to quickly establish herself as one of the best in the event in the Atlantic Coast Conference ACC. So that's it for another edition of Mondo Musings. Now, which former Jamaican high school standout who wasn't highlighted in this video are you most looking forward to seeing as they start their journey in the most competitive collegiate track and field system in the world? You can drop their names and your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks as always for checking out the content. Until next time, peeps, Godspeed.